Starting a garden is exciting. The first step is finding the perfect location. Most vegetables love sunshine. Choose a spot that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. This means the sun shines directly on the area, not just filtered light. Watch your yard throughout the day. Notice where the sun shines the longest. You can even use a compass to help. South-facing areas usually get the most sun. Don't worry if you have some shade. There are plenty of plants that tolerate less sun. Leafy greens like lettuce and spinach actually prefer some shade, especially in the afternoon. Once you've found a sunny spot, consider its proximity to water. You'll need easy access for watering your garden regularly. Now comes the fun part. Choosing what to grow. Think about your favorite vegetables and fruits. What do you enjoy eating the most? Start with easy-to-grow varieties for beginners. Tomatoes, peppers, beans, and zucchini are great choices. They are relatively low maintenance and produce abundant harvests. Consider your local climate. Some plants thrive in cooler temperatures while others prefer warm weather. Check with your local nursery or online resources for plant recommendations specific to your region. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try growing something new each year. Gardening is all about learning and enjoying the process. You can start your garden from seeds, which is a rewarding and cost-effective way to grow a wide variety of plants. Alternatively, you can opt for seedlings, which are young plants that have already begun their growth journey. Seeds are generally less expensive and offer a wider variety of choices, allowing you to experiment with different plant types and varieties. Seedlings, on the other hand, give you a head start, especially for plants with longer growing seasons or those that are more challenging to germinate. When purchasing seeds and seedlings, it's crucial to buy from reputable sources to ensure the quality and health of your plants. Look for healthy, disease-free plants. Inspect the leaves and stems for any signs of pests or disease before making your purchase. Read the seed packets carefully for planting instructions and recommended planting dates. This information is vital for ensuring successful germination and growth. You can start seeds indoors a few weeks before the last frost date in your area. This gives your plants a head start and can lead to a more bountiful harvest. Use seed starting trays or small pots filled with seed starting mix. This type of soil is specially formulated to support the delicate roots of young seedlings. Keep the soil moist and provide adequate light. Seedlings need consistent moisture and plenty of light to grow strong and healthy. Once the seedlings have a few sets of true leaves, you can transplant them into your garden. True leaves are the second set of leaves that appear after the initial seed leaves. Be gentle with the roots and water them well after planting. Proper care during transplanting will help your seedlings establish themselves and thrive in their new environment. Good soil is the key to a successful garden. Before planting, it's important to prepare the ground properly. Remove any weeds, rocks, or debris from the area. Use a garden fork or tiller to loosen the soil to a depth of about 12 inches. This improves drainage and allows roots to grow easily. If your soil is heavy clay or sandy, amend it with compost or other organic matter. Consider building raised beds. They provide excellent drainage and allow you to control the soil quality more easily. Construct them using untreated wood, bricks, or concrete blocks. Once your soil is prepped, rake it smooth and level the surface. Your garden bed is now ready for planting. The magic of Compost Nature's Soil Booster. Composting is an age-old practice that has been used by gardeners and farmers for centuries. It's a simple yet incredibly effective way to recycle organic waste and turn it into something beneficial for the environment and your garden. Compost is like black gold for your garden. This rich, dark material is packed with nutrients that plants need to grow strong and healthy. It's a natural fertilizer and soil amendment that improves soil structure, drainage, and nutrient content. By adding compost to your garden, you're not just feeding your plants, you're also improving the overall health of the soil. You can easily make compost at home using kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels and coffee grounds. These everyday items that you might otherwise throw away can be transformed into valuable compost, as well as yard waste such as leaves and grass clippings. Instead of sending these materials to the landfill, you can repurpose them to create a nutrient-rich soil amendment. Layer these materials in a compost bin or pile, keeping it moist. The key to successful composting is maintaining the right balance of green and brown materials and ensuring that the pile stays damp but not waterlogged. Over time, the materials will decompose into rich, crumbly compost. This process is driven by microorganisms that break down the organic matter, turning it into a form that plants can easily absorb. This process usually takes several months. Patience is key, but the end result is well worth the wait. The compost you produce will be a valuable addition to your garden. You can speed it up by turning the pile regularly to provide aeration. This helps to introduce oxygen, which is essential for the microorganisms that break down the organic matter. Spread a layer of compost over your garden beds before planting. This will give your plants a nutrient boost right from the start, helping them to establish strong roots and grow vigorously. You can also use it as a mulch around plants to retain moisture and suppress weeds. By doing so, you'll not only improve the health of your plants, but also reduce the need for watering and weeding. Planting time. Getting your garden growing. Now you're ready to plant. Refer to the seed packets or plant tags for spacing recommendations. Planting too close together can lead to overcrowding and reduced yields. Dig holes slightly larger than the root ball of your seedlings or the recommended depth for seeds. Gently place the plants or seeds in the holes and backfill with soil. Water your newly planted garden thoroughly. Use a gentle spray setting on your hose or a watering can to avoid disturbing the seeds or seedlings. Label your plants. This will help you keep track of what you've planted and when to expect harvests. Tending your garden. Watering and weeding. Once your garden is planted, it's important to provide regular care. Water your plants deeply and consistently, especially during dry periods. The best time to water is in the morning to allow foliage to dry before nightfall. Weeds compete with your plants for water and nutrients. Remove them regularly by hand pulling or using a hoe. Mulching around your plants with straw, wood chips, or compost can help suppress weed growth. Inspect your plants regularly for signs of pests or diseases. Early detection is key to preventing widespread problems. Contact your local extension office or a reputable nursery for advice on organic pest and disease control methods. Reaping the rewards. Harvesting and preserving. One of the most rewarding aspects of gardening is harvesting your own fresh produce. Knowing when to harvest depends on the specific type of plant. Tomatoes and peppers are ready when they reach their full color. Zucchini and cucumbers are best harvested when they are still young and tender. Leafy greens can be harvested as soon as they are large enough to eat. Once you've harvested your crops, consider preserving some for later enjoyment. Canning, freezing, drying, and pickling are all great methods for extending the harvest. Share your bounty with friends, family, and neighbors. There's nothing quite like the taste of homegrown produce. Winterizing wisely. Preparing for the next season. As the growing season comes to an end, it's time to prepare your garden for winter. This process, often referred to as winterizing, is crucial for maintaining the health and productivity of your garden. By taking the right steps now, you can ensure that your garden will be ready to thrive when spring arrives. Start by removing any spent plants and debris from the beds. This helps to prevent the spread of diseases and pests that can overwinter in dead plant material. Clearing out the old plants also makes room for new growth in the spring. Add the removed plant material to your compost pile or discard it properly. Composting is an excellent way to recycle garden waste and create nutrient-rich soil for future use. If composting isn't an option, make sure to dispose of the waste in a way that won't harm the environment. Next, amend the soil with compost or aged manure. This step is vital for replenishing the nutrients that your plants have used up during the growing season. Compost and manure not only add essential nutrients but also improve soil structure, making it more fertile and better able to retain moisture. Mix the compost or manure thoroughly into the soil. This will ensure that the nutrients are evenly distributed and accessible to the plants. Over the winter months, the organic matter will break down further, enriching the soil and preparing it for the next planting season. Cover the beds with a layer of mulch to protect the soil from erosion and suppress weeds. Mulch acts as a blanket, insulating the soil and keeping it at a more consistent temperature. It also helps to retain moisture, which is especially important during the dry winter months. If you live in an area with cold winters, consider planting a cover crop. Cover crops, such as winter rye or clover, are planted to cover the soil rather than for harvest. They help to prevent soil erosion, improve soil fertility, and can even suppress weeds. Cover crops, such as winter rye or clover, help prevent soil erosion and improve soil fertility. These plants can be tilled into the soil in the spring, adding organic matter and nutrients that will benefit your garden throughout the growing season. By taking these steps to winterize your garden, you'll be setting yourself up for a successful and productive growing season next year. Happy gardening! Remember, the effort you put in now will pay off in the months to come, ensuring a bountiful and healthy garden.